So Joe can tell you a little bit about how he met, and then himself.
Was it a year and a half ago?
About?
Yeah, so about a year. Okay, hi everybody, my name is Joe Finnan. I don't know if you guys told them much about me, but I would say I do it at home now when it comes to real estate investing, wholesaling. I started I started with overages back in undergrad, because that paid my school fees over here at Cornell. It was very expensive. So what I did, mostly I was doing a tax research for a professor. I realized that in the university areas, the cities are losing money on taxes because like a place like Ithaca, we don't pay, they don't pay tax. And the population is all student, 20% is like residential. That pushes the city to transfer all the liability on the residents. So I was pretty much like more of like a tax research and also more to consulting how to not lose residents out of the city area, especially during the summertime. It's going to be a dead zone. It made me come across overages. Whenever tax foreclosures happen, some states do have different ways of like, okay, kick you out and take the property and sell it. Others give you sorts of limitations, whatnot, and everything. Then I realized that, through overage I can do a wholesaling, and from wholesale I can do fix and flip. From fix and flip, flip multifamily properties, and that's what led me to Tabata a year and a half ago about. So I had, I think, a multifamily property and also a single family property in South Jersey. Then I was like, well, I don't have a buyer in those areas and everything. And it was the first time in my life I don't have a buyer. I did not have a buyer for my deals. What I used to do is I contact buyers to know, hey, what do you want? What are you buying? Then I go out there and negotiate the price and sell it to you. And my goal was to use these monies that I make to fund my deals instead of me going hard money lenders route. And the reason being, that's one reason. Like now we have in commercial properties, like you said, people are using short-term loans to refinance their property over time because debt was cheap. As an accountant, I was seeing that I was like, no, over-leveraging, so I didn't want to go that route. Equity was inefficient. At some point, it was efficient leading to this timeline. Now I can actually use my property more of like equity management to actually get other multifamily properties. But I don't want to go that route because it actually feeds me money from my deals out of the country. So that led me to Tabata, and ever since we're trying to get some few deals together and everything. And I left the country to focus on a few deals out of the country, and yeah. So that's a little bit about me. 26 years old. I came to the US in 2010. I grew up in 21 countries. And I fell in love with a girl over here, and I got stuck. But other than that, I love real estate too. So about investing in international markets is very tricky. What I would say is that I guess I want to touch on 4 points. Then everything will be questionnaire, right? Because people have questions and all this kind of stuff. So 4 points. How many wholesalers do we have here? Okay. 2 things here is going to serve you well to sell your deals, because right now there's no spread in fix and flipping. I started fix and flipping in 2021 because I was like, no, spreads are going to go down, so there's no spread. People are make good money on that, but you and I will know that it's hard to come by good spread deals, right? Like people used to get back in the days. So this is going to really help you how to bring value to your buyers. 2 points are going to bring like how funding and all this kind of stuff, and also not funding, but how to help them source materials for their deals to actually open the margin for them creatively. So you're not just selling real estate to them or wholesale deals to them, but they are your best asset. For those of you who actually does multifamily properties and all the fix and flip and everything, so this may be an opportunity for you to actually look elsewhere, not just Africa, but maybe Eastern Europe, because I see opportunities there too. The only reason why I'm not there, I don't have anybody in a relation there, or boots on the ground, but with good strategy, I think we can get it done in Eastern Europe. Let's get to how to get started, right? Because the key, because just like wholesaling, you have to understand your market, right? You have to understand your market. But for the question that then one will ask me being the viewers, how am I going to understand that market? And then how will I understand the market and everything? I would say, don't listen to people. Put your foot there, go there, understand the market. Meaning, work in the market. Work with real estate agents, right? So, create your team. Real estate agents, who are the real estate agents in the area? Are you going to buy the properties to rehab them, re-stabilize them, to rent them? Then, you need to also have contractors or rehabbers and everything. But are you going to go my route? And it's a method I actually want to use in the US over here, build to rent, right? And the same method plays a role here. Architectures, right? Like you need to get your engineers in place. If you don't know how certain things works around in the particular area, inspections, you need to know how inspections work in that particular market. But I would say big is relationship. Relationship goes a long way because I don't go to Ghana often. I'm over the 6 months in a year. But thank God to remote work. But I take my work there and come back while I'm doing wholesale or fix and flip. I do deals across the nations the same way. I go to Ghana and do deals and everything. So relationship is key. Relationship and trust is key. You just can't go there to start like within 2-3 months. You have to build a team and build relationship. Put the systems on the ground, right? So one, get your real estate agents. A place like Ghana, for example, we don't have MLS. I think we have one guest here from Ghana, so we have tested for that. We don't have a major listing services in Ghana. You want to buy a house, rent a house, you gotta see a real estate agent. And they probably also gotta see another real estate agent. It's like back in the day when, I don't know if there's any realtor here, but there's one realtor that I work with over here. He's like 78 now. He's about to retire. I don't know why he hasn't retired. But he keep telling me back in the day when he started, it was a paper and a pen. And we have to read the newspaper and check what is on, whatnot, and everything. It's just like that over there. As a matter of fact, technology is up and running. Yeah, they can get it done. But the issue is Ghanaians don't trust online. It's a trust issue, right? So if you go to Eastern Europe, it's perfect for you, right? If you're used to MLS and whatever and everything, because you get to actually do your research while you are in the US, while building relationships. So I guess your challenge will be very minimal when it comes to relationship. You're not just going with the word of mouth, but is what the person saying true, what I'm seeing online or whatnot and everything? Because I think some of the MLS agencies, like the brokerage and everything, operates in Europe. What's the name? Keller Williams have about another branch in Eastern Europe and also Western Europe. I know that for a fact because I grew up there. So that helps you. They actually have one of the biggest operations in Eastern Europe than the US. Funny enough, it doesn't make sense. So building that relationship is key. But then, how do you source your deals? Right? How do you source your deals? I'm about to give you an example. June 15, 2023, I actually taught a dude in Ghana how to do wholesaling. Because, I don't know, any of you know Max Maxwell? Okay, 2021, Max Maxwell, Nasrabi and I were in Ghana. I think you probably may have seen some of his YouTube videos about houses selling for 1 million, 2 million in Ghana and everything. You look at the house like, I'm not going to buy that house for 1 million in the US. Yeah, houses are selling over there and all this kind of stuff. We're in Ghana and all this kind of stuff. And he was trying to teach folks how to do wholesale. And I was like, no, it can't work over there. But then, a few months later, we met a dude in Jamaica, right, who has used the same blueprint we use here, except you can't source deals like PropStream, right? You can't just tip trace and whatnot and all this kind of stuff. So we use bandit signs. Right? How do you source deals? How do you sell the land to build? Or how do you sell old houses and all this kind of stuff to rebuild and everything? Like bandit signs. So bandit signs works in every market. As a matter of fact, people will actually tell you, can't put it in front of my house. I'm telling you the truth. Like literally, we were like, hey, can we put it here? And there was like, one lady was like, no, don't put it here, whatnot and everything. But a lot of people was like, oh yeah, put it here. And all those kind of stuff, we see them, we direct you and everything too. They took our number and sent the number. I taught him how to wholesale deals. Because the reason why I taught him that, I'm looking for more lands to buy. Or old properties to buy. So if I've built a relationship or giving if it means to make money, he's going to bring to me more better deals. Right? You don't just build it, okay, this is how it goes. They're going to drop you off because they want to make money. But you give them a value and they bring you the stuff. So number one, right? And number two is funding. It's key. US is facing a high interest rate. Eastern Europe is facing a high interest rate. But one thing I also came to understand, by my time at PwC and now at EY, some of the deals that I was working on real estate deal structuring, on all this kind of stuff, we use something we call substitution of collateral in a high interest rate market. I think I was talking to the ladies over there about that. And I would say, if you are actually looking to leverage in international market, you have to use creative deals. Don't just go for borrowing money. Seller financing will work. Buying existing debt, subject to will work. Hybrid of them might work. Because people who are dealing with these deals are sophisticated. They understand how these things work. Right? If you want to go leverage, I would tell you use substitution of collateral. Do you have another collateral? You are coming from the US, you are coming from a good market. If you have a deal that has a bit more equity and everything, there is a way to actually use it to leverage when you get, just like 1031 exchange, where you sell one property and used to buy, you go to Arizona or Georgia or South and buy 4 or 5 properties. Well, you don't have to sell this property anymore. You can keep the property and you leverage the equity, you don't put in the equity out to get those properties, old properties, restabilize them, refinance to pay that, and you just take it off. But the question is, does your system allow equity management when it comes to that, right? So for those of you who are dealing with like commercial properties and whatnot and want to go to that market, does the system allow equity management? If it does not allow, are you dealing with syndications? It's not for you. Are you running more of like a family business and everything? It's not for you, because you're going to leverage a lot of the family wealth. If you're running something like a fund, create like pretty much certain entity structures and everything, then it's for you. And as a matter of fact, it's more enticing because the banks will actually recommend that, right? Number 3, I would say equity crowdfunding. I don't care anybody, I don't care who you are, you have to know how to source deals, source funding. Equity crowdfunding is key because, especially in inflation, high inflation market, high interest rate. Interest rate is supposed to be actually minimizing inflation, right? It's not. Because the factors that push inflation up are still pulling, like real estate. Slowing supply, prices are still going up, people are losing their keys and everything. I was talking to one partner at Anchin, one of accounting from Anchin LP, and we're talking about that. I think was it on Saturday and Sunday I was in the hospital. But pretty much he was telling me like most of his clients and everything are giving their keys away. And these are wealthy families, ultra high net worth families, they're giving the keys away, forgetting that when you give the keys away, you're going to trigger tax liability because a lot of people have negative capital. Right? These are things you think about. Right? A lot of people have negative capital. So when you actually give the keys away, now, okay, you owe 2 million. You give away a product for 2 million, but then you have a negative capital. You have to pay tax on that 2 million. You probably don't have the money for it. So if you're in a syndication, you're screwed. So those are things that you will have to think about when you're actually about to go into international market. That helps you choose your market, right? Because you don't just get up like, okay, based on how your system is structured here, can dictate what market to go. Are you going to go to a secondary market? Here, I call the secondary market in the US the college areas are secondary market. But then if you do international, I'll say developing countries, right? I call them secondary market, and they're for a reason. Because whatever happens here is the opposite. When the economy is good, for some reason, it's stable over there. But when the economy is bad, things goes a bit well over there. But now it's a global village. I don't know what's happening, but everything is like, murky everywhere. But you still have high leverage because the dollar is rising. You can use it over there. Labor cost is cheaper compared to here. Let's say even if material cost is the same across the globe, your first thing is what is labor cost? Where I'm going to have to hire a contractor, I have to hire this person, I have to hire all these people, I'm going to put people on my books. How can I leverage my dollar? Right? That's what you look at, number one. Number two, because you have to fund the project. Number two, am I taking loans to actually fund the project? In Africa, I would say no, don't take loans. If you're coming from America or Europe, don't take loans. Interest rates are high already and everything. And number two, you also have something like called a time bomb. There's a lot of unknowns that you're going to face, right? Maybe supply chain issues, right? Supply chain issues and whatnot and everything. And it doesn't make sense to even take a loan because that same house is probably going to, let's say for example, the deal I'm working on so far it has cost like around almost $200,000 to build 21 unit apartment, right? Granted, I'm sourcing materials overseas and whatnot besides cement and bricks and iron rods. The finishing materials and all this kind of stuff sourcing like overseas and everything. Yes, it's still cheaper than me buying those materials in Ghana or buying in the US.
So, can you repeat that again?
Yeah.
It was 200 grand to build the 21 units?
Yeah, so far $200,000, a little less than $200,000.
What stage is it at?
Pretty much, we're in the finishing stage. We're doing the plastering. We put all the fixtures and everything. So now we put in plastering, painting, doors, and everything. We start, and the plumbing works are done. Roof, everything is done. Actually, let me.
So is that US dollars or African dollars? The 200?
It's USD.
Okay.
I
I don't know where you could build that for here for 200 grand. That's what he's calling
So how much-
What's your rent gonna be? What's your rent gonna be?
Back here.
How much is the anticipated cost at the end of the project?
Well, what I anticipated was that it was going to cost us $300K, right? Because this is my first project I'm using my family's business to run. I've helped them over the course of years, but I designed a strategy, and my father think I'm crazy, so I'll be on a bet. My father told my mom, don't do it. I was like, don't worry, so we on a bet. Because he's a infrastructure contractor and whatnot and all this kind of stuff and everything. So he thinks I'm crazy. I'm like, no. I was like, it works in the US, it's not going to work there. I'm like, no, it's going to work there because we have the dollar, they have the seed and everything. So I have to also be a bit creative to actually make sure I win my bet. So I have 50K to give my dad, or he gives me 50K. I don't know how he's going to get the money to give me, but yeah, let's see. But I budget 300K, right, from start to finish. I'm not calculating, there's one thing I'm not calculating, right? My labor cost of like going there, up and about and all this kind of stuff and everything. Maybe if I'm doing a work for somebody, I'll charge them more, right? So you take it out of it. If you're going to do that, you're probably going to calculate your labor cost and your time.
So what's the income per unit?
Okay, so I have 3 exit strategies for this property. And this was one I'm going to talk at the end. If you don't have 3 exit strategies, don't go for the deal in the international market. Because anything can change.
I was going to say, before we get to the exit strategy, what square footage are the units that you're building?
How about a picture?
You got a pro
You got-
forma?
Yeah, I'm not good at it.
You got a pro forma?
This is your first, like, speaking presentation, right?
This is my first speaking presentation
Bravo.
on real estate.
So we won't be too hard on you. Yeah, you just have to figure out.
So when I got to Ghana, right, the property was at this stage. I was in Ghana in March. So what we've been doing is my mom and I have been taking interchange. Right, I was there for the foundation. I was horrible. I don't like taking pictures for deals until she asked me to take pictures for deals because she wanted to see. Tabata asked me
Come
that.
out to the job site because I wanted to see.
Yeah, I don't like taking pictures for deals. Whatnot. I don't know. I don't take pictures of myself. I don't want to take. Right. So this was what the property. This was the stage of the property. I left August. Okay, this is the current state of the property. at the time, at August 15, this was a property on the 3rd floor. You could tell I'm very horrible at taking videos. This was the day before I went out shopping for all the dolls from the factory. Because there is this place, these Turkish guys that I buy dolls for most of my whole fix and flippers whenever I wholesale deals to or whatever and other stuff. And I'm always in contact with them. They told me instead of them shipping to me in Ghana, they have a distribution center in Ghana. So I should go there to go pick them up and pay them online.
He is going to share that information with us so we can get these really beautiful doors for a quarter of what we get them for here.
I think it's a lot less.
That same door is selling for $500,000. 500 what? Is it $500 a door? Yeah, at Home Depot. There's a lot of them. I don't know how to do this stuff. Scott, can you help me?
Yeah. I like that, Joe. That was it. What are you trying to get to? Very
I
good.
don't know. I want to show them. I don't know how to do this stuff.
You want me to play this?
Yeah, but this was pretty much when at the day, like the week after we put the concrete. A week after we put the concrete for, so they have the ground floor, first floor and the second floor, right? A week after we put the concrete for that.
Now, they don't have cement mixers, right?
Yeah, we did all the cement mix and everything.
Okay. Well, I mean, you didn't have the cement truck.
Yeah, we did
You
that.
didn't have a cement
Yeah.
truck? No? Okay.
This was why I don't like taking videos. Because I was afraid I was going to fall.
What do you say? Did you throw the steel in that quarter concrete?
Yep.
Did you take the steel out or you left it?
No, we let the steel. So we put the steel and then we pour. Because it helps with noise management and all those kind of stuff. So like this. So pretty much, out of the $200,000, right? $50,000 was buying this land with an old house on it. And you're probably going to see like a small structure over here and everything. That was like whatever, I don't know what we used to do, bathroom or whatever, I don't know what we're using over there. There was an old house on it. So if I was going to buy the land would cost more. So I chose the old house method. That's why my father thought I was crazy, because people are selling the same level for $40,000 and other stuff. Right, so I bought one with an old house, demolished the house and everything, and put a foundation on it. It's like these areas, there is like a lot of like houses going for almost, I don't know if one of the videos, you see like a huge big house over there. It's in the background and everything. Yeah, that house was one of the footballers, like soccer stars, home and everything over there. So he built a house over there. So all these houses are going on high prices. For me to buy a land, at the time of negotiation, the house was being built. So suppose I bought that small house after he was done with this house and he knew, started knowing, this is the guy who owns this house over there. I would have probably bought it for like $100,000 or more. So I was lucky on that end. I know. Like I'm really horrible at taking videos. I'm telling you.
She'll let you know. She's really tall.
Like you see, like
All right.
I know, like Tamara was like, you have to take a better picture.
So this
Do
one
you
is
have a
three
picture of what you want the finished look to be?
Do you have the finished product, like the vision of it?
Well, I don't have a picture of the vision of it, but how the drawn and everything is exactly what I'm going to the T. I don't know how it's gonna come out, but I know that the finish is gonna be great. Because the same materials that might be used and everything for the finishing and inside and everything, all I'm using. The same contractor that helped build the precursor property, which was not three floors. That was like one floor, and it's in Spintex high-end area and everything. So the same contractor and everything who I'm using for that. Like, look, this is exactly how, because they're in the business of building the houses and renting it to short-term rentals. Whereas I'm like, wait, if I'm going to use it for short-term rentals, that's my last exit strategy. If I don't get good money for that, then I'll use short-term rentals. But for now, I've already had a deal with 3 corporations that are like hire people overseas. One of them is my big old PwC actually, because they have like expatriate that comes in. You have Tullow, an oil company that brings people in there to work there and everything. And then you have international students that comes there and everything. So these are my exit strategy, renting it to these folks. And they pay top dollar because I'm actually going to finish the place, bed and all those kind of stuff, just like you go into short-term rental. And they stay for at least 2-3 years every time. And the beauty thing about Ghana is that up to 25, at least 25% of the money I put in is going to come out my first year, on my first day when I start renting.
Let me
Because,
go far enough back.
Right.
to see something.
because,
And the reason, because they don't like paying monthly. No, you pay yearly in advance.
in advance, yeah.
No landlord wants to take rent monthly. And it's the same thing in Eastern Europe, in Hungary. I had the same experience there. In Romania, it's the same thing there. They don't like. As a matter of fact, if I give a landlord, back when I was in college, I gave my landlord in grad school 1 year rent. She yelled at me.
That building back there, is
This
that,
building, yeah.
whose building is that? Is that the soccer?
The soccer player, oh come on. He
That's a
just,
single family home?
there's a single family home.
Wow. You have beautiful, beautiful homes there.
Yeah. Joe sent us some pictures of the single family place there, we were like, what?
Yeah.
They're insane, some of them.
Like the one that I was, like our house I on everything. There was this Kenya guy living in there, or it's a UAE company that put him in there and everything. I took the rent, he's in there for 2 years, $35,000.
So is each one of these a unit,
Each one of these is a unit.
right here, and how big is this unit?
So this is the veranda, right? The corridor and all this kind of stuff. The ones to the far corner. So this ones are New York City style, 1 bedroom, like the Bronx, Brooklyn style, old houses style, 1 bedroom and a half. 1 bedroom and a bath with a living room. Right? That's pretty much the idea I have in mind. I can't convert the square meters to square feet.
Yeah, it's different from urban. So what is something like that rent for?
Right, and everything.
People rent these, so.
So if I was going to rent to a local on that in this particular area, I think I'm probably going to pay 1,500 cedis a month, which is about 150 whatever. That's why I don't go that route. Right, because for these people, they will not pick up the house if even I have a fridge in there. It has to be finished house, like nothing empty, they move in there. And I understand, if you have the place finished, where do they put their items, their belongings? They don't have self-storage, they don't have all those kind of stuff over there. So which is why I chose corporate rentals. Corporate rentals does not care about all those things. And all, right. This house would have been finished longer than it's taken, but it's because I'm trying to do everything by the book. The reason to why is I'm targeting corporate rentals. And they need to have a certificate of inspection. So every time, like showing on the building, all the fire safety and other stuff. Most folks wouldn't do that. This thing could be done in less than in a year if you have the money in Ghana. But me trying to go to the assembly, AMA, and all those good stuff to come give me inspection. Just like we call for inspection when you actually take the sheetrock off and pretty much put all the frames and everything, you gotta inspect before you put the plumbing in there, right? They inspect the plumbing before you put a sheetrock over, that kind of stuff, to make sure everything's to the T by fire code, by water, just in case of flooding or maybe a drain and all this good stuff. Otherwise, they're gonna beat me for the price. So I want to make sure I have a better price. I gotta give certificate of everything being done well. Right? So you don't really have to go that route, but then if you go that route, there's more money to be made. This same house built in a place like East Legon, it's gonna pretty much cost you more than this. Not because of the house, the land. Lands are going for, is it half a plot? It's about 2 lots. Like 2 small lots, those 2 small lots is going for like almost $200,000 over there in East Legon. Yeah, in East Legon area, right? And everything. So these are things to think about. But then these houses in that particular areas are selling for $1 million, and it's going to cost you the same amount of money I'm used to build here. The structure is about maybe for a single family, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, whatnot, and everything is selling for in East Legon for $500,000, $600,000 over there. At the same time, if you go 5 towns over, that same house is selling for $220,000. But you have the same, cost for construction. Right, the difference is the land in West Africa. The best place to get cheap land, go to Abidjan. Right to you, I have like some land that I'm trying to get. That,
The Ivory Coast.
yeah, the Ivory Coast. If you want to get a good price for land, go to that area. The reason why lands are expensive, you have a lot of Europeans coming in to buy that. And the intrusion of the diaspora coming back and everything is increasing the price of land and everything in Accra. But then in this same country, in Ghana, you go to Kumasi, all right, and you wouldn't get land at that price. Because it's hard to get land over there. You have to have a relationship with somebody who lives in that particular region. The kings or the chiefs wouldn't sell you land because like, okay, why are you going to buy land over here? Try to whatever and everything. So you have to have a relationship. In Accra, it's like being in New York City. Actually, this musician said it best, Davido. Lagos is like New York City. Accra is like California. And it's true. You want to have all the California fun, come to Accra. You want to have all the busy New York City business stuff, go to Lagos. Traffic and everything. Accra is expensive for no reason. At least New York is expensive for a reason. California is expensive for no reason.
Great, different reason. All right, so we're going to try something.
It's the same thing.
All right, so how many units was it?
We have 21 units, 7 units each floor.
21, 7 times 3.
Yeah.
All right. How much did you pay to acquire the land?
Less than $50,000.
50?
Approximately 50. If I
50 or 15?
50, 50.
Okay, 50. And you said it's going to cost you 200 to build this and complete it.
So far, from where I have gotten to, $200,000.
So what do you think it's going to be to complete it?
I did budget $300,000, but it's going to be less.
How much?
300K.
300. So we'll put 300. Now it's Africa. Do you have taxes? Do you have any carrying costs
Okay.
like we have here?
I'm going to keep quiet. I didn't say this, but there is property taxes. Don't get me wrong. Do you pay the property taxes?
Yeah, but then it's nothing compared to what we
Right,
have
right.
here in Northwest.
Yeah. But the question is, though, do you even pay the property taxes? Because they don't even come to get property taxes.
They will. You
Eventually, they're going to slap you for, like, I think they do it randomly. So,
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Okay. But it's nothing like here.
Yeah,
No.
Property tax on something like this, you figure in a year, the most, probably $1,000.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say something.
Okay.
So we'll put $1,000.
$1,000?
I like that.
Now, I'm assuming because of where it's at, it's all like, well, and so, do you have water there?
Yep, there's water and
Is
everything.
it well or,
No, it's like government provision, provided water.
okay.
Pipe and water.
And then you have sewer or septic?
We're gonna use septic.
Okay. What is that part of the 300?
Everything is 300, but then
Okay.
I'm not gonna use public water. There's a reason. Because I have 3 exit strategy.
Right, okay.
Just in case something happen, I have to go to the 3rd one. I don't want to put the water liability on the tenant.
So basically, you bought it for 50, you're putting in 300, it's worth 1,000. How long is the process to get it completed?
Ideally, it's supposed to take a year and a half, but it's taking me 2 years.
All right, so we'll just say 2 years. We'll say 2 years here. 2 years. 2 years time there.
And the $300,000 is not just for the building, right? Bear in mind, it's like a hilly area, it's very rocky and all this kind of stuff. The grading on the
Yeah,
roads
that
and all this kind of
includes
stuff.
everything.
Everything is,
Everything.
yeah,
It's a finished product. That's
Yeah.
what it's called.
grading that place and all this other stuff.
So that's a completed finished product, that's what I mean,
Yeah.
like, because you're not gonna sit there and say, okay, I'm done, but now we gotta do all the landscaping and,
No, not even for this property, right? Outside of the property, it's a government road. But if I want my tenants, because I'm targeting corporate folks, right? To bring in their cars and all those kind of stuff, I need to have a good road. So pretty much it's a very rocky area and all those kind of stuff. So I wanted my own specs. I actually budgeted into this to actually grade that area and all this kind of stuff. So the probability of it costing $300 not doing that is very, right?
And is there
There you go.
parking for the tenants?
Yeah, there's going to be a parking for the tenants.
that's why you're gonna have helpers. All right, so 50, 300, 1,000, you'll probably say, the first year, because there's not much there, it's cheap. When you're done, it'll be $1,000 a year.
Yeah.
After 2 years, you'll pay 1,000. Any other expenses?
No,
All right. Did you borrow money in for this?
nope,
So this is all out of pocket?
out of pocket.
So there's no interest on the money?
No interest in the money.
Okay. So if you were gonna sell this as one of your exit strategies, 2 years from now, what would you be looking to sell that?
I'll be selling 5 years from now.
5 years from now?
Yeah, because I want to milk the money before I sell it.
Okay, so 5 years. What would you sell it at?
Well, I don't know how much I'm going to, the banks are going to appraise it, so this is exactly what, before building this house, right, they give construction loans,
Okay,
right? I went to, they give construction loans and everything. So what I did was, I did the same thing here when I'm negotiating the property. I go to the bank, like, hard lenders, so I have to tell them like, how much, whatever, and everything. So then they told me that if you're going to build something like this in this particular area and everything, it was done. They told me, soccer player over there. And all those kind of stuff. And on their estimate, on a conservative, they told me $900,000 I can sell this house when it's finished, just like that.
so they're saying like 2 years when you're done, you can sell for 900 at that point?
Yeah, when I'm done,
Right,
$900,000 in that particular area, just like that, without finishing it, just plaster, paint, and everything. I'm just selling it.
okay, so just the shell?
Yeah.
Completed shell, people have to come and put their finishing touches in?
Yeah.
Appliances, what about flooring? Is that part of the finishing work?
Yeah,
Or does that come with the completed
I
product?
didn't ask them that, right? Because for me, what I understand from as a finishing product from here is that at least we gotta put like some hardwood floor, whatnot, and all those kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean,
in there.
here, finishing to me is appliances, flooring's done, everything's
Yeah.
there, they have to put the furniture, whatever.
Exactly.
So if that's your finishing product, like over there, you may not put appliances in, or you may not.
I'm not even gonna just, what's the
Right.
name? The kitchen sink, whatever is
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, okay, so everything done, finished, 900,000 in 2 years.
2 years, and I put, let's say, $300,000 in there.
So 900 in 2 years is the appraised value.
Yeah.
You just made $300,000 a year. Holy shit.
They can be done.
You're putting out 300 grand,
We're doing something
and then you're
wrong
selling at
here.
9 in 2 years, so, and it took you 300 grand over a 2-year span, right? So
Yeah.
the 150 a year you spent on it, and each year you could make
And then,
450 grand, so that's,
by minus a bank, they're being conservative because they know I'm gonna borrow money from them so that they can make more money off me. So,
Yeah. so if you're borrowing, then you would have to get a loan from a bank there.
yeah, which is
Or-
very hard because they're not gonna give me the money for, it's funny because after we went through all those stuff, they keep calling me and whatnot and everything, because they thought I told them I was gonna build to sell. But suppose I told them I was gonna build to rent, they wouldn't give me the money.
Right, because you're selling it, you're like flipping it.
Yeah,
So if you were gonna rent it,
they wouldn't give me the money. They wouldn't even consider doing the appraisal for me.
So
It was free appraisal.
so would they allow you to build it and then refinance the loan into a different kind of loan?
They would.
You would have to do. Yeah,
Yeah, they
that's
would.
typically what you do here. You build it unless it's cash out of pocket, but with a loan, you build it and then when you're done and you get it rented, then you refi it out to pay off.
That's what they do for like most of the single families and whatever. They go take like some people, not all of them, because the Ghanaians don't like taking loans.
So you're selling it for 900 grand as a sale.
Correct.
In 5 years, what was your strategy? Because that's 3 years after that. What's your
Yeah,
strategy?
my strategy was that for 5 years, right? Mind you, I mentioned I'm gonna make at least 25% of my money in my first year.
So you're gonna make 60 grand
Correct.
after year one.
After year one, because everybody's paying their rent.
Well, that's after you're done.
Yeah, after I'm done.
So year
and,
three-
And I've not added like some of the finishing stuff that I've not, right, some finishing stuff and everything. But when I'm done, 100% occupied, which is going to be, I'm making at least 25% of my money.
Right,
Ah,
so that's
it's-
600,000 for year three. I
And
mean,
it's-
60,000 for year three.
And it's a must, something, it's like pretty much the average now and all this kind of stuff.
So that's what you would do for 3, 4, and 5?
3, 4, 5.
All right, so you got 60, 60, 60. Income.
And then prices go up every 2 days, in Ghana, so.
So that's worse than here. All right, so
So
you
you
gained,
get the $60,000.
you gained 180,000,
I'm
so
sorry.
that's more than half your money.
You get $60,000 upfront when they move in.
Mhm.
Every year, they pay you the $60,000.
They have to pay,
They
exactly.
pay
Gotcha, so
per
yeah,
year.
so you make 60
So you
grand per
make
year,
If it's
Each
January
tenant.
1, January 1, you're
60.
60 grand.
every year. So they're not doing it monthly, they're doing
We
it
need to
annually.
talk.
Right?
I have similar. I have a friend that just sent me a video last week. It's 12 units. He spent about 200,000 in building it. He's selling for 400,000 right now. Eh?
Yeah.
It depends on where it's at.
And it depends on where is it located.
It's by Kasua.
Kaswa, and that is even like
Yeah, so
in not so renowned area.
Yes.
And this is even higher renowned on that place.
when you're done with that, you can sell that easily $1 million.
Yeah, I can sell more than $1 million when everything
Being
is finished.
conservative,
Yeah,
Okay.
it was being conservative.
I like conservative.
Yeah.
We go with conservative because worst case
Yeah.
scenario, that's where we're at.
Yeah, JT teaches
Joe.
you worst case scenario, best case, and what you.
What you expect?
Joe, so I got a question. So what are we looking at in terms of demographics only, right? So I noticed you said that the soccer player lived here.
Is this upper class, this middle class?
Are everywhere there's a creative community, right? A creative community is a hot buy here anywhere, right? So-
How familiar are we in New Jersey? I know you live in New Jersey, I'm about to ask you some very unique question. How familiar are you with New Jersey silver lining communities? The silver lining of New Jersey
Silver
communities.
lining.
I have no clue. I'm from Brooklyn.
Okay,
I just sell here.
okay, let me give you a trick. This one thing I learned from my grandfather, growing up, because it's real estate or whatever and everything. If you want to know where to put your money in every community across the globe, look for the silver lining. What makes the place a better community and what makes it worse? In the US, there are three ways. The curb. In this inner cities area is a train station,
Okay.
right? And then in the suburbs, cats.
Did you say cats?
Yeah, it's cats.
Like me?
Yeah, I'm about to tell you.
That's my answer to this question.
It's cats. It's very unique.
So I gotta look for cats.
No,
cool, man.
When you start seeing a lot of stray cats on the street, that tells you there's something wrong in this suburb. Because some suburbs
That's a
are,
lower tier.
yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's analytical right there. That's cool.
Like, we don't go with that, we just see like bums, homeless.
That'd be like satellite, yeah. So I need a satellite view of the cats.
Like when you just look at cats, because there are some communities that you never see bombs and the homeless folks and everything.
Bars on the window.
But you're just going to see like cats, whatever, and then one's drop, and the further you go, you see more homeless cats.
Right.
People don't have a
there's
lot
no
of
cats,
dogs
that's
out
the
there, I
best way.
assume.
But you don't, no, we have a lot of dogs and everything, but if you're gonna use animals in where I'm coming from, you're gonna get it wrong. So you have to look at the fabric of where you're coming from,
Gotcha.
of where you're located, and what makes, how to define that. In New Jersey, the combination of cats and curs. Right, let me give you Essex County, for example.
What do
You
you
could,
mean, wait, what do you mean by curves?
the cur,
Curb on the
Yeah.
outside.
yeah, like let me give you Essex County, for example. You could be coming from a nice curb to semi-nice curb to, oh, okay curb to a very fancy curb. And they're all the same street,
Gotcha. It's like crossing the tracks.
crossing the tracks, other side of the tracks. That's what they said back in the day.
Like where I'm from, the other side of the track.
That's
The
what-
other side of the tracks was coined from the UK, because UK would use the tracks, the train stations. So for folks who came from there use the other side of the tracks, but in the UK we use the railway system to determine the neighborhoods.
They used to do that in Brooklyn.
So if you want to know where to put your money, that's what you determine where to put your money. Because it comes down to what kind of problem are you trying to solve. Trying to go the easy way around to make easy money and everything and go to the whatever. Trying to solve problems. But the funniest thing is we don't like to put money in where we think it's bad, but that's where the money is. So the easiest way is follow the Asians, the Arabs, and the Jews. Where are they putting their money?
Smart choices.
They don't put it in the suburbs.
No.
They live in the suburb, but they put their money somewhere. Right? But if you just want to make sure, like, okay, look, this is my first time, just make whatever and everything, just go the easy way, like I did.
Cheat. Follow somebody. Don't rewrite it.
Don't rewrite it.
No reinventing the wheel.
Yeah, of course. Very good.
So, 3, 4, 5, 60 grand each year. What else in year 5? What else happens in year 5 and what your plan is?
My plan is that I'm not looking to sell it. My goal is not to sell it, right? Because I'm doing it for mom. But if I'm to sell it, something happens to sell it, then pretty much I'm not selling it for the full price.
Right now. You can sell for 900, just walk away at that point, make a nice profit.
No.
But here,
I
you're increasing the value, right?
I make all the money.
It's showing people like, look, it's bringing in the money. So what?
They don't even care, because let me tell you why. The buyer does not determine the price in Ghana. When you buy the house, it's the seller that determines the price.
Okay.
And the reason is, it's even beautiful, I don't have a lot of holding costs, right? I'm still making money.
Right.
I list my price, whoever has the money will buy it. Because when they come today, I'm still making money.
Yep.
Right? The buyer does not determine the price for some
The seller
reason in my country. The seller does.
Yeah, because you have the better product, and it doesn't matter what is going on, because you're just like, hey, this is what I have. If you want to buy it, this is what I'm selling it at.
And guess what?
And walk away. I don't need to sell it.
Literally, within a year, you see someone with the cash or back coming. I don't know where they get the cash from, but yeah, they buy this house so
So-
quickly.
Year 5, you're going to just continue renting it without selling it. So
Yeah.
just keep it cash flowing 60 grand a year, but now, year 6 is going to be 90,000, right?
Correct.
It's going to go up.
But then, right, prices increase every 2 days, right?
Yeah, no,
So-
I said 90,000.
So this guy is going to be more than 60,000. But what I would do as a genius person is I'm not going to keep it double the price. If you want to actually get more than 1 year, I'll give you a good price. If you try to get 1 year, I'm going to give you the market price.
Right.
But there's
Right.
someone who is in it and want to sell, get out in year 5.
Right.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
or in year 3, you can.
You're building it for long-term.
Long term. Correct.
Long-term cash flow.
Correct.
Scott, he's got 21 units, so you're saying that Joe, you're saying you're throwing off $1.2 million a year in cash?
No, not $1.2 million.
No, he's getting 60,000 for all 21 units that year? Is that what you're getting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, 60,000 for all 21 units, broken down as, what? 12? No. Yeah, it's about 12,000 a door.
Yep.
No.
No, wait, I did that backwards.
No.
5,000 a door.
5,000 a month.
5,000 a month.
Yeah.
So pretty much, I think you can pay by a month. I use pretty much how much you can make on average on what I put in there. And based on that, and based on the rent I'm going to give to them and everything. But then the beautiful thing also is that when it's time to rent, my budget in 2020 is different now. For like the money I'm going to receive, my proceeds I'll receive is going to be much higher than what I anticipated.
So, are you planning on getting a different loan at some point, or are you just going to let
No.
cash flow get all your returns?
The goal is
Keep it
that, so the goal is that after for 1 year, 2 years, I'm going to use that same, I'm going to pretty much add the money up and just go buy the land,
Okay.
rinse and repeat.
Yeah, because you're going to have the money coming in from all the
Yeah.
renters, so you only need 50,000, so after 1 year, you just go and buy land. So year 3, you're getting the money and you just go buy another lot.
Correct.
Then after that, this is just going to cash flow and return the money after like 2 more years, basically, because you're going to increase rent over the course
Because
of 3 or 4 more years.
Exactly. The demand for this particular kind of rentals is high, because the average corporate rentals in you can actually Google what's the name, Cantonment Accra, right? Like and everything, and it's pretty much is the short hills of Accra. It's really expensive, and this is where all the corporates are renting for pretty much their staffs. So I'm trying to give them an affordable alternative. Right, and the firms that I chose and everything too, that I was talking to and all those kind of stuff, their proximity from Cantonment to their offices is the same proximity from this place to their offices. And as a matter of fact, there's more traffic jam on that area than this particular area during incoming. Then when you're coming from work, then
For now, till you keep building.
when you're coming from work,
Yeah.
the traffic jam is different, right? So it's inflow and out, the traffic jam is opposite.
All right, so you're not planning on taking a loan against this building at all?
Nope.
You're just going to cash flow it and cash.
The finance man would love to do that for efficiency, but my mom would not because she's a Muslim, you know? She doesn't care about loans.
Yeah.
We are Muslim, so
You can't pay interest,
yeah, we can pay interest.
but you can pay fees.
Correct.
I learned that because we were trying to resolve it with somebody that was trying to get a loan. He's like, I can't pay interest, but you could pay fees. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, instead of paying somebody interest, you pay a fixed amount, that's a fee.
Yeah, you
So
can
instead of
calculate all the
18%,
interest as a
what's that
package.
look like, and that's a
Yeah.
fee. Marketing fee, management fee, whatever you want to call it. You're still getting the same returns, but instead of it being interest, it's a fee.
Correct.
So then that's how you can lend and borrow with Muslims.
Or what you do is you call it commodity lending. You want to buy a house for like $200,000, right? Or whatever stuff for $200,000. Instead of me giving you the money to go buy it, I'll buy it and then sell a finance it to you. Right? So, like for example, this project and everything, the $300,000.
I'm having you build it for me.
Yeah, you're gonna give me the, like you buy the materials and everything. I'm just supervising, doing all the stuff and everything, right? Get everything working and all this kind of stuff. And then when it's done, like let's say you give me $300,000, now I'll have to pay you every month that until it's done paid.
Right, but it's not interest.
Yeah, it's not interest because now you're making profit. So like now you bought it up $300,000, maybe you sell it to me for $500,000 and I'm paying you.
Right, cool. So you're just cash flowing it, you could sell it. You said there was a third exit. What's your third exit?
Going the local route,
What's that?
the local route, like to the locals, like the normal rental and all those kind of stuff. But then I'm not going to rent it to like pretty much, it's going to be a high-end rental now, luxury rental.
Okay.
But it's not going to go like a middle income, whatnot, and all this kind of stuff. Which I don't want to go that route because there's only small percentage that are going to do that and everything. So this, and that's when I'll sell. After 5 years, I sell.
Right, because you're doing it the rental way.
Yeah.
That's when you would sell it. What would it rent for if you're doing it that route?
That's where the market determines, right? And
Right.
pretty much the real estate agent comes in because there's no MLS to determine that.
Got it.
Like everybody throw numbers around and all this kind of stuff and
So there's
everything.
nobody to sit there and say, what are you getting for that? Nobody to comp your, there's
Nope.
no comps there, it's all based on you want to sell it.
They're
this is what
starting to,
think
if
it's
you
worth.
look online, certain areas.
Or like certain areas, like,
Yes, they're starting to put, because there's now more realtors in the system. If you go to the Capitol where he's building across, so now you can gauge which areas.
Got it.
He threw a name, cantonments. That's
Cantonment.
where all the embassies and stuff are, so you're renting a month, but sometimes it's like $10,000.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's
But that'd be
ridiculous.
better than this though.
yeah. To buy the same land over there, I would pay like $600,000 for the land.
Right.
If you can get it.
If I can get a land.
Yeah, you can't find it because it's already been bought up by people.
No,
Yeah.
and there was this dude, it's funny because him and I actually work at PwC. And there's this guy who created this Nigerian guy called Isusu, or France Abbey, and everything. So the two of them structured a fund before the Isusu stuff and everything, but this guy got out of it. They actually went to Cantonment to build sustainable housing, shipping container houses to rent.
One of the things is that there is a shortfall in housing, big time,
Right.
in Ghana. And so the government is actually encouraging
People to come in.
people to come.
Well, we're not far behind.
So it's kind of like, well, it's not the same, but it's kind of what they do here with an opportunity zone. They take an area and say, we want you to revitalize this, to bring it and make it better by building and renovating and repurposing.
Exactly.
And that's what they're doing there.
But the funniest thing is the opportunity zone has they give you some kind of like
It's
a,
tax advantages.
yeah, you don't have that,
You don't have tax advantages here.
right? You gotta get whatever you have to pay, and it's all pretty if the government can actually also like ease the way for acquiring the land or whatever and everything.
But if you know people, the best thing is that you can get the land if you can go in there with your money, your investment money, which is cheaper than wanting to source money overseas, because over here interest rates are not as high. You know that over there interest rate begin from anywhere from 20% and up
If you're borrowing,
if you're borrowing.
right.
If you're borrowing,
You're
Exactly.
better off taking your money from here and just
here.
walking there with cash and saying,
Exactly,
hey,
and then you can build, because the
and just start
material-
building and
and
partner with
yes,
somebody like
yes,
Joseph to
yes.
say,
And there's a lot of influence of people from the diaspora and a lot of companies from the Far East and from America and all of that. So you have corporations who are looking to rent all the time.
right. Because they have businesses there, they don't have spaces for people to live.
Yes.
correct.
So you could either do it this model where you say, fine, all right, that you just pay me 50 grand a year.
You can build and sell.
You know,
Yeah, you can build and sell it to them and whatnot, right? And pretty much I will get more money than the $60,000.
And
Right,
I
This is
can-
very conservative.
pay,
And we
I'll
can-
pay, you can pay higher
Yeah.
rent.
I will go.
Yeah,
You can go right here from New
Yeah.
Jersey.
I'll play, listen.
It's a direct flight from New Jersey and
Hey, Joe,
back.
we about to get you some money, Joe. We're gonna get you some money. Give me a few months, we're gonna get something.
And I can sell you all the quarry materials you need.
Oh, cool.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Got a quarry.
We got
If you were gonna
snow.
do a rental,
Yeah,
would you do that hitting year 3? When would you do a rental there? If you were gonna rent it outside?
if I'm gonna rent it
Yeah,
for,
for a rental property, instead of doing it the model of they paid it annual, they paid a month. Like you were saying, you get like 10 grand a month, doing it that way.
yeah, so they're not gonna pay you a month. So it's,
Over there, everyone will
It's
be here.
1 year.
Yes.
So they just pay
At
per year.
least,
Okay.
at least.
But it's different than this option, like is it called renting? What is it, is there a difference?
it's all called renting, listen.
It's all called renting. Okay.
The reason it's called advanced, right, and the reason by, you want to limit the tenant landlord disagreements, discrepancies as much as possible.
Right, so they just pay up front and that's it for the whole year.
That's all.
If they don't want to pay next year, they leave and somebody else comes
Yeah,
and pays.
you come, it pays you, and you just balance, give them their, like, the difference.
Okay. So once this is built and you have it rented, I have to ask this because it's the bane of my existence. Who takes care of it when something breaks? How easy is it to find contractors there?
Oh, very easy.
And very
And
cheap.
cheap.
And very
Okay,
cheap.
I like hearing that.
Yeah, very easy and very
It's
cheap.
very easy
Tell
and
me I
very
wouldn't
cheap.
mind managing my own property if I was that. I like that.
Right? And the
Very
fact,
easy and cheap.
right, so I can decide to go the Western way of like, let's say, like carbonate, right? Put all like the wooden or what's the name, the vinyl carbonates and all those kind of stuff, is which I'm debating. But I figured I'd rather use the brick carbonate, because regardless of where you are, there's still going to be one bad apple who doesn't know how to use these things. And you go in there and break them and eat them and profit. So rather, I'll put the bricks and all those kind of stuff, and I'm sourcing, what's the name? It's more of like porcelain tiles, but it's not a tile, like a shit rock. You put it on it, so you have, the porcelain or the ceramic or what's the name, or that kind of stuff, the granite and all those kind of stuff. And it's really cool because that's what hotels use for, just like that. All these panels you see is the same material, but they have the granite stuff and all those kind of stuff too. And I'm sourcing it from like this factory in China.
And now there are some Chinese companies who have come to open up some fabricate in the country.
I tried those stuff, expensive. Right, expensive. So what I do, because they realize that you have places like Palace Decor and all those kind of stuff, I sell at a higher price and everything. So I want to bring my price up almost closer, but not cheaper than that to make money. People are going for that. But being that I have sold some of these materials for fix and flip deals and surgeries and everything, I built a relationship and I know, okay, I can use the same thing. Sometimes shipping to Ghana is very expensive. So what I do, I ship it here to my New Jersey place, package them, and just ship it.
So you ship it from
Door
the
to door.
supplier to here in
Yeah,
Jersey.
and it's still
back over to
cheaper.
Ghana. Then cheaper than going right from the supplier to
Yeah.
Ghana.
Because there's more logistical flow.
Yeah, so the stuff comes here, or like I bought all this like what's the name, the carbon monoxides and all those kind of stuff like
The hi-hats?
yep,
No, the carbon monoxide.
Oh, carbon monoxide detectors.
yeah, and all those kind of stuff, and they come in 35 days. So no, now it's about 15 more days. So yeah, it's about 18 or something days left. I'll pick it up. I have other stuff that I'm already shipping to Ghana. Within 6 weeks, it's going to be in Ghana.
And where did you buy them from?
China,
Where?
Shenzhen, China.
And how much were they cost? How much
Oh,
would it cost?
I
We
can't remember.
discussed that, it was 62 of them and you paid under $1,100.
Yeah, pretty much almost there, under $11,
For
all of
what?
them.
62
For
carbon monoxide?
62 carbon smoke detectors.
Yeah, that's
And we
cheap.
paid 50 or 60 bucks for two.
No, it's higher than that now. 70 for one.
50 for one.
70 for one.
100 for two 5-pound extinguishers.
You get, if you bought, I think it was a 10-pack, you're talking, a 10-pack would be over $1,000 of a carbon smoke.
Right? So but
It's $600 to $1,000 depending on where you get it at.
for example, the Turkish dolls and some of the Turkish items that I buy, they have distributors in Ghana because they actually
Yeah,
always
yeah.
send, like there are people who buy stuff and distributor who supplies.
Is
He
it-
told
Is it
me
approved, certified, fired?
Yeah. it's used like pretty much the same stuff that we, what I do is,
It's made in China, it ain't here.
It's like,
you know what I do? When I start, this is how I start my research. I go to Home Depot and Lowe's. I pick up the items and look at, okay, what are these stuff and everything. I start looking for the supplies. Sometimes I find them like on Alibaba and everything. I talk to them or all those kind of stuff, like how all those stuff. Sometimes I find them like other supplies and all, and I compare the price. Which one is much? A lot of times the price are the same. What makes me make my decision is logistics. Like how soon can I get it?
Right, timing.
The timing.
You're literally paying 20 bucks a unit for those smoke carbon.
And I'm actually going to buy a shower too
And yours are,
from that same area.
now are they hardwired?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because hardwired here is just.
And the reason why I also bought it there is because I'm going to use a hard wire, right? The voltage for the US ones are like 110. We use the British voltage.
Okay.
So they have Australian British stuff. So I bought the Australian stuff, right? And if I'm going to buy another like something electric here, I bought a TV, I took it home, and I can't bring it back to BJ's.
the whole code is different.
Come again?
The whole
different
code
voltage, right?
scenario is different.
Yeah.
Get an adapter.
So like the manufacturer have the different countries, whatever and everything. If I buy it from here, unless I buy it along with a battery, and God knows, look like in Ghana, unless like, okay, the foreigners and everything that I'm renting to are going to change the battery, whatnot and everything, but how many people are going to change the battery? Even I haven't changed my mind, you were hearing my noise.
We still on the numbers?
You didn't change battery?
What's that?
No, I haven't. I left for meeting.
Harry's got a question.
Joe, the rent numbers you're working with here, are those local currency or US currency?
This is USD.
US.
Okay, so they're experiencing 20% inflation. The CD has depreciated
A day.
55%.
20% a day.
Yeah, 20% day.
Inflation. Yeah.
Inflation.
Oh, you got
The city is
way
always,
No.
since 2020, since 2020, it's been like going like that.
It stabilized a bit this year, so it's at around 11.
11:10, like 11:30, but if you,
Because there was an IMF bailout, so, and so that's helping a bit.
And then
Cannot, the money
Well, that's, well,
Joe,
has no
I got
value.
one.
so my question was going to be insurance and utilities.
Are we done with the numbers?
He's still talking.
You still doing the numbers? I'll
Yeah, I
ask this
think-
after.
So what do you pay, because that was going to be some of my questions, was insurance?
I've not factored in insurance, right?
No, right.
And everything, because insurance costs are going to be different after the property is done, because they are going to do their own evaluations on that. And it's not going to take more, not even up to 10% of my rent.
So that,
What about property taxes?
Nope,
no,
like $1,000, like it's very
$1,000
little.
for the year.
That's
2 years?
$1,000 for like a year, which is about 10,000 CDs,
Yeah.
or 11,000
Which
CDs
for us, that would be
a year.
like, I'm paying 13 for 8 units.
Yeah, you got to rent your land.
So what about, because you said you're doing septic, so you don't have to pay sewer. What about electric? What is that?
Electric?
Is that for the tenant pays that?
So the electric is beautiful. Electric's pay as you go.
But that's the tenant's cost.
Yeah, that's the tenant's cost, yeah.
Tenant pays
It's
that.
not my cost, it's a pay as you go. So people, when they come, they have a card, they register to their name,
So-
and they pay for it.
What about common areas? Do you pay electric or each outside leg is based on
Oh,
the tenant?
that's gonna be me. Like, so far, I'm thinking of doing like the common area and also, because the reason is, we're going to do our own water, right? Drill the water, filtrate it and all this kind of stuff and everything, so we need electricity to get it run.
Right, so you're gonna have the pumps.
Yep, and all this kind of stuff. And my mom, she's heavy about green, so she's also planning on like getting the solar, so that even when lights goes down, we can have the water running.
So you're gonna have a battery to store the
Yeah.
energy.
How often does that happen?
It's gone up.
So everybody's used to it. getting
Everybody's used to it.
right? It is what it is. We live-
Like most of the guys that do construction here,
And
contractors.
one thing so in all the short-term rental buildings that we have, like, because this is our short stay, 3 months or more, not Airbnb. So before Airbnb was a thing, they've been doing it since 2000.
I mean, what do you
The
get
first short-term rental they actually did was like 2002, right? So like they've been building houses and renting it for like diasporas or like Ghanaians who comes home for like 2-3 months and whatnot and everything.
So electric.
And what they do is they have to look at the
really
inverter.
non-existent.
So just in case power voltage is low, automatically switch to the inverter, and you'll have that. Yeah, so each unit is going to have that.
So does the 300,000 include the water and the solar?
The solar does not include.
No,
That's her stuff that she's going to do.
that's future.
That's future.
Okay, and if you were to do it, do you have an idea of what it would cost?
She's going to source the solar panel and everything from China, so it's going to be cheap.
Already made in China. It's not like you're getting anything special here.
Yeah, we're paying a lot more than
Because like
should be over here.
I bought, you know how like they have like the battery stock? It's an inverter.
The Tesla battery.
And everything.
Burner from ACDC.
And I bought it because for my one of my friends has the new Kia EV6, the new Kia electric EV6 and everything, because he likes going long jumps like a dude. This guy's gonna die on you. So we really bought it for like how much, $6,000 for that stuff, and that's not supposed to power your whole house. So what he does is he charges it, they charge his stuff and everything in his house and put his stuff in his trunk, and he put his nozzle, the Kia nozzle on it whenever it travels, because it travels. It's like, I think the guys that AT&T folks that fix the AT&T networks and all this kind of stuff. So like, I would buy like 10 of those with a solar for the alternate power storage.
Then convert it.
That's what I would do.
Then you have it, so if you don't.
Because like that stuff comes with, we bought it on Amazon for like $6,000 or something like that. So if and the same thing is on like the wholesale, just you go to Alibaba and it's the same thing, the same module and all this kind of stuff. It's way cheaper, but you have to buy like more quantity, right?
Yeah, the more you buy, the cheaper it costs.
All right, I'm burning to ask this question. I'm trying to be patient for another thing. I'm burning. So, there's some folks interested, right? What, and I don't want to put you on the legal spot, right? And I'm sure there's some, how does one from this side protect themselves on their investments there? That would be, you know, obviously that's going to be the making or break. Money looks good, everything looks fine. I don't have to worry about building it. Things are cheap, but how do
After, are you talking about while,
do I have to give my money to you?
are you talking about while building or after built?
If you lend $300,000,
How do we
What
protect ourselves
protection?
from being scammed?
That's why you need to go there yourself to see those stuff and everything. Don't walk, that's what I meant, like, don't sit here and put money to people and like build a walkway and everything.
We got you people.
We got you. We got you.
For me, actually, if you're giving me money, what I do is I'm going to restructure an SEC fund and put the money in there. Because I don't want anybody to come to me, because what if I die tomorrow?
so just create a fund.
I create a fund.
Create a fund.
Get an insurance policy on it.
Exactly, and everything.
And that's short here.
Come again?
The fund will be short U.S. side.
US side, and when the fund is going to Ghana and everything, so I also have to make sure that I'm creating like we call it a unit trust. Because I was also thinking of doing crowdfunding in Ghana when I was there and everything, which I'm working on it. You create that unit trust, because if you bring the money here and all those kind of stuff, and everything, create that unit trust, it's to transfer the money into that particular fund to do that. Because transferring money is very difficult. You should have a huge sum of money, or unless you carry your cash to goes one. That unit trust fund. Now, when they're actually vetting whether is the money going for a terrorist stuff or for business stuff, they can tell, okay, it's business entity, or they can all verify that, both ends.
I got you.
I have a question. To kind of piggyback on what he's saying, it's so interesting how a lot of things that you're talking about, because I'm originally from Haiti.
Correct.
So the infrastructure, you know, everything, the yearly rent, everything that you're talking about, it just brings me back
Home.
it brings me back home. And from what he's saying, one question I do have is, in Haiti, we deal with sometimes when you're buying a land, and you think you're buying it, it's yours, and the next thing you know, you're like somebody else. It was somebody else's land to begin with, and you know, do you run into things like that in Ghana?
Yes, it's actually, any developing countries face that issue, and all this kind of stuff, right? There's one reason why I actually chose to buy an existing old home, right, instead of buying a land.
So instead of buying raw land, you buy a house, a structure that's already
This-
there on
this-
the land, because it's already titled. It's not a deed.
Everything has been titled and deed, all the land and everything, right? Remember, some of them, it's the lands are being sold by chiefs, royal families and whatnot, and all this, they own the land, right, and all this kind of stuff. A lot of the times, this is how I describe it. The government happen to be the custodian of having all the paperwork and all those kind of stuff, and then the chiefs are the beneficiary. I treat it like more of like a trust, right?
Right.
You have the trustee, and then the beneficiary.
Gotcha.
So they sell you the land, but you still have to go through the government to verify all the paperwork they give you, whatnot and everything.
To verify what you're buying is what you're buying.
It's like when we're doing like buying houses from families over here, where you go call the family, because the same issue, we face the same issue here, especially for your wholesaler. We talk to the husband, I want to sell the house and all those. The wife says, no, I don't want to sell the house. But you all this while, you have no clue there was a wife in the picture. Until you actually go out there to close and like, oh, we can't close. Your referee happened to be the title company.
Right.
The issue we face in some of these countries, that there's no title commission earlier. there is no title company. So, there are attorneys involved and whatnot and everything, but a lot of these attorneys don't even know much about closing stuff, like how we do it over here. What they know is that their own way, but how to actually make sure there's like warranty deed, right? And all this, everything is insured, the warranty is insured, and all this. We don't have that actually. As a matter of fact, the guy I was telling you about, like for ECC and everything, one of the things that took him to Ghana is actually creating something called a warranty insurance. Just like how we have, what's the name? Equity insurance for due and sale clause and everything that you're doing subject to.
Yeah.
Something like that. He's trying to create like warranty insurance and all this kind of stuff for something like that to actually help protect these issues. I don't know how it's going to go, but good luck to him because it's hard.
If I may add, there are lines there that, I mean, if you go with the right people, you will know the title and everything, and you can go to the Capitol, like a municipal, like you can go to the municipal building or sort of over there, you will go and make sure that the title and everything is clean before you pay the money to someone.
Got it.
You know, so yeah, yes, you can buy already built properties, but also you can have lands that you can buy and build things from scratch, you know. So once you know people, then it's easy for somebody. And there are contractors there too. I think somebody's questioned that if you have money here and it's set, you can build in levels. Like they can tell you, okay, to get it to this point, this is how much it's going to cost. And then you will send the money there and it's built. But I mean, to do anything like that, I agree with him. It will always be good to take a trip to see. There is a plane that lives right here in Newark. You can go and in 2 days or next day come back. There's a flight direct from DC, exactly.
Oh, it goes
and you
right
can
to-
go,
It doesn't go into like Europe,
there is
yeah.
it goes straight.
hotels there, your Holiday Inns, your
You have like
all the five-star
all the five-star
hotels.
hotels
I
over
mean,
there.
they're all there. You can go do your business
It's
and
similar to
return.
doing multifamily here. You're not just gonna go and buy a property in, say, Phoenix without
scary for me. I've been
flying there to walk the property and look at it.
Yeah, so, you know, it's like walking through, New York City, you know, so it's
Probably
really.
safer.
I would say he's walking through California like right.
Yes, okay, yeah, he loves California.
New York City is Lagos.
Yeah, I was really leaning on the fact that, you know, from we become the foreigner, right? And the protection,
Right.
we wouldn't understand that. Like, is because I'm not a citizen, is that actual dirt, is it mine? Can I move there?
Yes.
And reap the rewards of my growth there at some point, maybe at 65 or 70.
And there are many people doing it. And I can say, what's his name? Stevie Wonder has moved there.
Marley's
You
wife.
have a lot of people who,
The first person to move there was Bob Marley's wife and the children.
you know, so this is a very, very hot country.
Another question I had was, if you sell this, okay, you're buying it, you're
Can you
selling
tell
it,
us a little bit about
you
how
pay
come you know
taxes
so
on it?
much?
Oh,
There? Why?
Oh,
I just want to say, how come she knows so much about what's going on over there?
because I am from there.
And you own what?
I own a stone quarry.
A
And
stone
so
quarry.
I
there.
actually
So she gives you
supply
the
to the largest real estate company in the country, and it's owned by an Israeli company. So,
Yeah.
you know, so this is, yeah.
Well, we got
Yeah, so there is, real estate is something very, very
Team right there.
big in Ghana. Like I said, it's an upside down market, and so if you really are able to bring your money, your investment, your capital from here to there, then you really make it.
Okay.
She's from this.
I will sacrifice and I will volunteer to check on the projects if you want me to.
Aha, I'll go with you.
I will come and hang out with his mom to make sure that the money is secure.
Yes.
Because I'm sure mom will kick his ass.
So, on the sale,
Yeah,
do
Joe.
you pay taxes on the profit?
Promises keep.
Well, income tax, if you're running as a business entity, yeah, you're gonna pay income tax. If you're running as individual person, whatever and everything, it's deemed as your own home, you're living there and everything. You don't necessarily have to report that, but as a good citizen, maybe you should.
And that's the accountant in him, right?
Well, it's also, I think,
Work over
the,
there.
not the county, but the government would probably get mad because you're like making money without paying
No.
them. No, they don't care?
How? The structure is not as anywhere as over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, and everything. So what they've been doing on the last 4 years is that the moment you set up an entity, actually it's even much more efficient now than last year because of the kind of card. And they create like a citizenship card. And for every non-citizen has their own kind of card, right? So you have the alien card and the residency card.
Gotcha.
If the moment you set up an entity, automatically you gotta get a team, like a tax identification number. Back in the day, you have to just go apply for it and all those things. It's hard, pay money. So people are like, why should I go through stress to get that only to pay money? I'll just not do that. I'll just not to pay the money anyway, right? So now, because you can set up the entity without giving out that card, and the thing that they give you is part of the number on your ID card. Because I was trying to create, like I told you, I'm trying to create like a crowd fund back there and everything. I just mentioned that. One thing that actually prevented me from starting an entity was, well, like 4 partners trying to like go GP on that stuff.
Right.
One person happens to be in the US, but hasn't been in Ghana for 5 years. So he doesn't have that card. So now because he doesn't have that card, we can't form the entity with him. And now if we have to change the operation agreement and everything, we have to always go back again and do so much work. So we've put a hold on that till he gets that for us to put everything together to apply for the SEC license.
Okay.
And that is even much costly too. So to do everything properly is expensive.
Yeah,
Time and money.
always is.
But that doesn't protect you.
Right. Okay.
Is I don't know what your equivalent to zoning boards or...
Nope.
No, but you said you were waiting to get things done correctly.
The assembly.
How much time, so you don't have zoning boards, right? They don't have...
They have it, but it's almost non-existent. They're not functional as
So
they're
not
supposed
here.
to be.
No, but it took you time to get different things for your water and things. you
Okay, so those are
right?
like the inspections, so like the
Inspections.
municipal assemblies.
Do they take like forever? Does it work like the zoning boards here, waiting for an answer?
I would say it's like New Jersey, yeah.
Yeah.
You're never gonna escape the inspector.
Like it's like New Jersey. The thing is, they don't want to come.
It's a revenue source.
Here, they have to come and they take their time. There, they don't want to. No, they're sitting there reading their newspaper or whatever.
But if you go there and you...
Take them out to lunch.
Yes, exactly,
Yeah.
all right, yes. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Reason for that trip.
See, I told you.
There you go.
That's why the relationship is key, right?
Yeah.
So after I was able to get like with this particular the first flowing, according to my mom, like my mom, like 'cause she was there for the first flowing.
I feel like
She was like she did it like that.
What do you say?
I'm sorry, I just said I feel like we're in Shark Tank right now. You know, you're just right at the cusp of, you got a deal.
Right. So like you see like this portion of the floor of the concrete. My mom did it in like less than 48 hours. Me? It took me a week and a half to get it done. And the reason it was like, I was like, no, don't do that. I was yelling at my mom, like, why did you do that? Because I want to have all these certificates. Because based on because she knows what to do. She's been doing that and everything. She let everything to me because I have my own exit strategies. And I need them. Because if I'm going to good corporations, I want to let them know that everything is to, like, because they are going to have their staff sleeping in there.
Which is a very good thing, because most people will not do that.
Right?
And
Right.
here's my
Most
other thing.
people will not do that.
Mom did it. Mom's a woman. Mom is building these.
Yeah.
If she can do this, so can we.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm not familiar with
Well, you take it
The
apart.
land.
There's a difference.
what kind of soil is it? Is it
Oh,
clay,
no.
is it rock, is it sand?
It's rocky because it's like a mountain. So
Okay.
it's like around the Makati Hills, Bowie area, right? So it's like hills, very hilly and everything. So on one of the videos, if you actually were able to watch the video, you realize you see the whole city.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can,
But
I don't know which
on the
video
third
it
floor.
is.
I just don't know which one it is, you know.
Neither do I.
have the pictures of the doors that you buy.
I don't know.
Yeah, like,
What video?
one of them has, so, it's a lot. Maybe it's this one, I don't know. How do you open this stuff?
Just like, oh, click here. Yeah, just, all you gotta do is click on the, yeah. Double click on it. It's sentimental. This one?
Yeah, I think he wants to download it or something.
It's old. So the buttons aren't working.
Yeah, I don't like touch pads. I don't know, maybe if you go into the room.
It was fun, we could see the city.
I don't know which one goes into the room. One of them goes into the room and you see.
I was just asking about the land because depending on where you're at, like, if you're in sand, you have to make sure that you can build and it'll support the weight.
Yeah, you have to hit the rock.
You might have to-
In the capital, there isn't that, they're very good soil, so we wouldn't.
Because like in Florida, they've had issues where building just fell because underneath wasn't supportive.
Yeah,
And they're doing it in Kingsburg where you're trying to lift, and they're doing it everywhere in Jersey now. Before you lift, you have to test the soil to make sure it can support the weight of lifting it and putting another floor on the soil now. So that's why I'm just curious about this is, can it support that weight by putting a 3-story building on it, or you're just building it without looking at that?
no, it can, because unless you're in like the very beachy area close to the shore, and even with that, like that soil, and if there's a way of going about it and everything, because I know my father built a house for like one of his clients and everything, and what they do, even in the waterland. So what they do is like they dig everything, all those sort of stuff, and they a lot of concrete in the foundation.
Put pillars underneath it.
Like there's like a lot of concrete and everything, because his philosophy, even with this one, the foundation is like you're building like 6-story building. That's his philosophy. It's like you have to make sure the foundation is good enough, because you don't know what tomorrow is. Tomorrow, are you going to add to it or not? You know, so for him, he got mad because I put a roofing sheet on top, because he wanted terrazzo tiles on top.
There.
Like maybe do that, then it becomes like a more like a hangout area, or like, you know, people can go there, hang out and everything. Oh, I don't know about that.
To answer your question, there are companies there who will do the testing, the soil testing,
Okay,
and the
they'll
weight
do the
and
soil
all
testing.
of that for you.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm guessing the system is not like here where you have to get permits for everything that you need to do?
Yeah, you have to get permits for everything you need to do, but people don't do that.
Yeah.
Because you could be building your house, right? And I believe in Haiti too, you have to. Because this is what people don't realize. You could be building a house and everything, and somebody will call them as municipal assembly. Hey, these guys are building over here and everything. They get permit and everything because perhaps you're blocking their view.
Yeah, right.
So I mean, it
Okay.
doesn't change.
No,
Really?
people do that here. They try to
really?
renovate homes without getting
Oh.
permits.
Yeah.
The kids run into that when they're demoing and they're like, stop. The code enforcer comes in and says, they don't have a permit for this. And the kids are like, yo, you didn't pull a permit? You didn't ask us to do it. So we can't work now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah, like I have done it before here. What I did was I covered all the windows because it was interior renovation, and I got it done.
Right.
Because the spread was too small, it was innovation.
Okay.
As long as you
Well,
have
actually,
it,
I have done it
The last
before.
one didn't get final inspection.
as long as you have
Doesn't burn down.
your designs done, your blueprints, and you go to the municipal assembly, they will just do everything and tell you the cost of it and give you
Right.
whatever permits that you need. And
Right,
then they'll
right.
become your friend, and they'll make
Yeah.
sure that everything
I just say,
goes.
because if you don't do it and something goes wrong, like, because it is a different area, like here, if you do something and something goes wrong, you did it, you're at fault.
Oh, you go to jail, man. If they're gonna track you, like they're not mercy. They have no mercy. Keep
They're
putting you in
just like,
jail.
you're in jail, you're an
You're
idiot.
in jail for not doing a permit?
No,
If the
no.
house break into someone and the person die, you're a murderer.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, Yeah, see, here they're like, oh, you'll get manslaughter, oh, you'll get a fine, you'll
No
get
cash
probation.
bail. Get rid of that.
They have insurance, so.
But you see, the funniest thing is that a
That
lot of
means
people
put everything in a trust, we'll be fine.
a lot of people get in trouble.
Hide everything.
I would say 5 out of 10, so 50% of people who don't put permit get in trouble.
Yeah.
Then what they do, they'll build a house and everything, like let's say you get to like 3rd floor and everything, they block somebody's view, and then some grandma or somebody calls like, hey, did you guys pull permit or like whatever, you know they're building here, and you see it, they'll come, they just stop work.
Yeah, they'll spray or, yeah.
Stop.
Did they come with like 10 guys?
Yes.
Not walk through the whole place, because one guy got beat up, right?
They come stop work and everything, and they give them a couple of weeks, if you don't, they break the stuff down.
Bring a wrecking ball, boom.
So now they wasted your time and the money because they break, then they'll try to, the most expensive part is when they break them down.
Because I think, like, even for my thought is, it's a third world country, it's not like here where they don't do permits and they allow people to do whatever they want. And I'm like, they can't just do that, they gotta have it. I mean, we're in the 21st century, so like, maybe 50 years ago they didn't do it, but today they should be doing it everywhere.
Yeah, I learned the hard way. I started building a house for my mom, and I didn't pull the permits and everything.
You got smacked around a bit.
I put walls around it, you know, we built it in stages. She was here and she wanted to go back home and live, and so we started to do things, and before we knew it, there were cars there and they were coming, and just like, okay, so I pulled the phone and just called the mayor, and it's like, it's me, and then, you know, you just go show the.
She said it's me, Stone Quarry.
Are you Italian?
I have your stone.
You know, and
I
so-
love that.
So you go, you just send your designs and the surveys and everything, and they just have you pay a fee, and then that's it.
Yeah, like here, they just want to make money, but they do
Yeah.
expect it, so it's
Yeah.
done right.
What does insurance for something like this cost?
To be honest,
Not much,
You gotta
you
find
know,
out.
not much.
I know somebody mentioned it, but I didn't get there, because I was gonna say, okay, we talked about.
because like
utility.
it's not going to cost more than 10% if it's very expensive. Full insurance of
So it
like
would be
that's what it
like
cost.
30 grand?
Yeah, I don't think it's probably going to cost that.
Well, also, this is just a shell,
Yeah,
so there's nothing there.
It's like
But
when
when it's
everything-
finished,
yeah,
it'll be like 10% of that.
yeah. Because like my thing is also like
It wouldn't be that much.
it wouldn't be that much.
So would it be as much as Florida right now? Like,
Because, yeah, I mean, I insure my quarry and it doesn't cost that, it doesn't
I mean,
cost
okay,
that.
because like, you get a $1 million house in Florida, you're paying at least $20,000 a year. for it.
No, not.
Because my thing is that like one insurance that I was looking into is like construction insurance, because that's what I do here. I always try to insure my profit, but I didn't find any. So I was like, okay, I was rather insure the property after finished, when everything is finished and everything, because that's what they have. Because people don't, I guess there's no demand for it, so why would they offer that service? Right.
I guess it's homework for you. What is insurance? I don't
Correct.
want to
Right,
really
like-
know, you know? And what does it provide? Like, you may do something different there than here, right?
Yeah, so pretty much it's not gonna cover fixtures.
No.
It's gonna cover pretty much like the entire, the assets
structure.
value and then the construction, but not the fixtures.
Unless you take that policy,
Correct.
Unless what?
unless you take coverage for that.
Coverage for
Take
the
additional
fixture.
coverage.
Yes, additional
Right,
coverage, it's
so
like
like-
a blanket policy. or
Like,
something.
we have it on our building,
Yes.
and it covers the building, the structure, the units themselves, it does not cover anything inside.
Yeah,
Unless
So all
you
the
take
tenants'
that.
belongings, they have to pay their own insurance.
Yes.
I don't pay for that stuff.
Yes.
We just have whatever it's gonna cost to replace or rebuild.
correct.
So that's the same thing there, you get
Do you have-
replacement costs, rebuild
Do you have
costs.
liability insurance as well?
Yes,
So you have all the coverage we have?
yes.
Yeah, it's just cheaper because they probably don't have the frivolous lawsuit we have.
No, they don't.
They don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, here they let you go, and you
The
gotta just pay
lawyers,
the
we get rid of a
$8,
lot of money,
and then
right?
they still put you in jail.
And New Jersey, we got a lot of lawyers.
Uh-oh,
What time we got?
Are we late?
we're after.
20 after 9?
We're running out of
Wow,
time.
we went over. I don't have my laptop, my phone's over there, so we can see the pictures. Anybody got questions?
We didn't ask enough?
Well, there might be something that's, nobody asked, and you didn't want to ask it. No? Everybody got all their questions answered? Yeah? Okay.
Anybody wants to invest there?
All right, Coach, Joseph, thank you, Joseph. for coming out.
Thank you, Joe.
Anybody wants to
Thank you.
invest there? Ask
Well, you got, I forgot.
I live Vida.
Vida, Joseph.
And I live right here in town.
They're both
New
there.
Jersey, yeah.
And, you know, you can always reach out, right?
Yep.
If you're curious or if you want to see more, get more involved maybe with what they're doing.
The beautiful thing is that you can go online and you can see what people are doing. There's a lot, tons of information on the country if you're curious and want to see.
Like, if you want to get into like development, not just build to rent, like develop itself, more opportunities in that area. And the intrusion of foreigners, diaspora and everything, the demand is so high. If you want to get into attainable affordable housing too, whatever, there's opportunities to actually team up with the government to bring down value too. There's like so much room to actually devise your own real estate market for yourself in that particular area. Not just in Ghana actually, because like I was surprised when I saw in Ivory Coast and everything, because like I'm trying to do a deal over there and whatnot. And I'm like, it's cheaper than what? It's cheaper than Accra. I'm just going to say. It's really, really cheap over there. And so the West African region has a lot of opportunities, like whichever one you want to actually go to. But no, I only love Ghana because I'm from there.
And it's
Any
it's a stable country.
It's a
too.
stable country.
Statements, anything?
No, we gotta wrap it up.
Yeah.
So, get an email for Joe. If you have any questions, that you didn't get a chance to relay to him, just, reach out to us, info@cnjreg.com email. We'll get that out to Joe, so
Yep.
Joe will follow up with you and
Absolutely.
finish off what he started,
And we
right?
appreciate Joseph coming out.
Thank you.